Eyes closed and dreams go free. Got an angel next to me. Hold me close so I can breathe. Let me go so I can live. Where do we go from here? Take me far away, so we can stop the time, and love will take its place. Where do we go from here? Take me far away, so we can stop the time, and love will take its place. It will be tonight when I turn off the world for you. It will be tonight when I turn up the stars for you.
Namaste and catch my family, and welcome to another Team Light Interviews. I am excited for my guest here today, Mr. Frank Rolon Jr.
Thank you.
And man, you know, I've known you for years.
Absolutely.
And you have some very exciting news that you'd like to talk about, especially that you're going to debut at the conference in Bastrop. Was it April 7th and 8th?
April 7th.
It's coming up. It's right
coming
around the
soon.
corner. So
Exciting.
why don't you tell everyone what you got going on and some of the things you're going to be talking about?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for the opportunity
Oh,
to be
hey.
able to share. I mean, we've been talking about doing something like this for a long time. So
Yeah.
I get my chance just to kind of have a little debut and share some of the information that I've been sharing with thousands across the planet anyway. So
Yes.
This is kind of exciting. First off, I just want to thank you guys for joining today. I want to have a little bit of fun sharing about what we're going to be doing in Bastrop Convention Center in
Texas.
Austin. Well, look, my wife and I have been running a tour company here in Sedona for like 4 or 5 years now, and we've had the blessings of being able to help so many people find their personal ascension. And one of the most amazing things that we've been able to do with people is to find their connection to divinity by cleaning themselves first. And one of the most amazing things is we love to talk about is that love frequency.
Right.
And as much as it sounds like a cliche, I mean, because we say live in the love frequency.
No, yeah.
I found out that the connection to show people how they can live that direct connection without even having to go outside of themselves, start to learn to trust their own intuition.
Right.
I'm going to share a wealth of information on that. And when we talk about body, mind, and spirit, you know, there's so many people living in spiritual defunctness. You know, they're almost like on spiritual welfare. I want to be able to teach them how they can actually elevate. And it's actually a lot more simple than people believe. And first, it starts dealing with your own stuff. But I am so excited to actually share this knowledge with people, and I'm going to do it in such a way that when people leave that conference, you're gonna say to yourself, "Oh my Lord, is it really this simple?" I mean, I'm not just talking about wealth manifestation, but I'm talking about living in a world of knowing, truly saying to yourself, "My Lord, how is it that this guy with this simple, fundamental taught me how to live in a world that I know, that I know, that I know?" I know you're one that, we in fact, you and I have had this discussion many times about, talking about the world of light and the world of night, or
Yes.
light and darkness. I mean, that teaching's been around since the second millennia. I mean,
Yes.
before Christ even existed. But the funny thing about that is teaching people to live in this world of knowing and connecting to their own inner knowing.
Right.
Most people don't really trust their intuition. And I want to give people a clear-cut way to live in that world of knowing that they can actually balance that body, mind, and spirit. So many people are like, in fact, for myself, I had to give myself permission to even expand, even my own wealth.
Right.
I mean, we've always done well, but it's like lately, I've been living this new expansion, allowing myself to live in new wealth manifestation. And it's funny because I had to give myself literal permission to do so.
Right.
So even our own intuition, how many of us truly, really trust our intuition? It's, again, another cliche, right? Trust your intuition. But how do you know if your intuition is not a thought? So I'm going to define at the conference, what is the difference between a thought?
That's big.
It is.
That's big.
Because that is the key. Once you know the difference between what is a thought and an intuition and how to truly confirm it, because I'm going to teach the audience how to confirm that your intuition is real. Because once you have that clear-cut shot, let me tell you, the world is limitless. The universe truly becomes unlimited at that point. You and I have talked about this in private before,
yes.
but I'm so excited to be able to share this with the folks at the conference.
And I'm excited for everyone to meet you. I know you, have a huge following yourself, but for me personally, for a lot of the people that are showing up in person, that's why we do these conferences.
Right.
To actually meet the people behind the scenes, to meet these light workers, these light warriors that actually day in, day out are doing the work. And, as a way shower, my whole thing is that help to steer people around these potholes.
Right.
If you're on a freeway towards your own ascension, all we can do as, your friends and family is go, hey, this pothole particularly slowed me down for 5 or 6 years.
Exactly.
Or whatever this is, to get our friends and family and the collective around some of these things that slow everyone down. And when you were talking about, obviously the manifestation and, this light and night concept that's been going on for eons, my main thing with that is authenticity.
Absolutely.
Authenticity is the number one thing that I believe anyone who's really doing this work right now needs to understand, because authenticity is who you really are. It's not running from your shadow, right? It's more of an integration process of saying, hey, the future me, maybe I won't take all of these specific habits or all of these specific experiences, but what sort of future do we wish or I wish to create together?
Absolutely.
What does that look like? What does the house look like? What does the transportation look like? What is the agriculture, the land, all that stuff? What does it look like? So I know there's been many discussions specifically recently about manifestation.
Absolutely.
So with some of the insights, I know that you manifested a book. Would you
That's
like to
right.
talk about a
That's
little
right.
bit about? So
That's
you're,
right.
you're debuting your book at the conference.
I will, and it's exciting to share that. And just to reflect back for a second, we're talking about there's going to be a lot of workers there, a lot of light workers there.
Yes.
I even want to touch on that because some of them they've reached a peak, and they're wondering why have I only went this far. Yes. And the funny thing is we can, we're not here to judge anyone in our humanity. We're not here to judge anyone. But the bottom line is sometimes we need to help our brothers get past those little speed bumps and hum. And the funny thing about that authenticity that you just mentioned, oh my Lord, once you embrace your authentic self, you deal with your own stuff. There's still people that haven't dealt with all of their stuff.
Yeah.
And once you become accountable for that, it's amazing to live your true authenticity, not just speaking truth, but living that, being one person, taking off the mask from the show,
right, and
being that one true self. So we're going to talk about that. But when it comes to the book, I am so excited because this is a wealth of information that has been in my life for decades and decades. And I've always kind of was led to write this book. But you know how hard it is.
We've had many conversations. You're like, I'm like, how's the book coming? And I've been trying. You inspired me to, work on my book. So the thing is that it takes a lot of time, and when you put stuff on paper, it's almost like written in stone. We talked about this.
Well, see, you and I are speakers, so when we put our voice on the page, we want it to kind of transfer over, and a lot of times it doesn't. So we have to, be careful with that. So the book's nearly done. It's actually in the editing process right now. We have our literary agent looking at things and just kind of getting things ready. So we're kind of trying to beat the pace here and the time. We're watching the sand in the hourglass go down. It's like, man, we got to hurry up and get this thing done.
Yeah. So you're gonna have a table. You're gonna have a booth there. I know everyone that's coming in to see you specifically.
We'll have a lot of tools for people.
Okay.
Different kind of meditations and different type of tools to help them to achieve some of the, it's funny. I'm here to remind people of the power within.
Right.
I'm truly here just to inspire them to look within, that they already have everything they need within themselves to be able to manifest the things they want to be, do, and have in their life. And I'm not just talking about in this third dimensional realm.
Right.
I'm talking about, your higher selves. But more importantly, how to live in that realm of absolute certainty. And the funny thing about it is some, people think, well, I love the mystery of life. But a lot of times if you don't have that clear path, if you don't have that clear
You
distinction,
get distracted. It slows you down.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
absolutely.
so you find yourself not creating at the speed of thought. And
Right.
that's what I want to remind people, that you can create anything in your life that fast, as long as you deal with your stuff first. And we're going to talk about some cool, easy ways that you can do that. So we'll have the tools at the table.
Right.
So I'm excited about that.
Well, Frank, it's been an absolute pleasure having you here on our show today. And
Thank you.
I am so looking forward to not you only speaking, but just being there, being with your family, everyone
Absolutely.
showing up. And I'm so excited to see your book. We're all rooting
Absolutely.
for you to finish that and have that ready for us.
I appreciate you having me and giving me the opportunity to share briefly. I know these are just like snippets and
There's
stuff.
snippets, because we can get into it in more detail. Some of the definite things that the collective is going through. I know we can talk about this in another podcast, but the main function is that everyone is searching right now, and everyone is searching for a way where they can trust their own discernment and move forward with their own manifestations. And I think that's key right now.
With that said, I also want to share, because I honestly believe that all of us light workers, all of us out there doing the work,
Right.
need to remember one thing, that do it in the root of love. It's not a cliche. When we talk about the difference between a light side and night side, it's obvious. One is the world of knowing, and one is the world of doubt. Your night side doesn't have to be a bad thing. We know that.
Yes.
The thing is that people push it beyond the ego sometimes. And when that happens, then you start introducing fear, doubt. Doubt is the root of all fear. But I don't even want to focus on that. At the conference, I want to focus on the positive aspects of when you focus on love, how your life instantly changes. Instantly changes. And people are going to be amazed that with some of the basic concepts that, they're going to tell themselves, wait a second, is it really that simple? And it is.
Right.
And it is. And once you start living this frequency, because I'll be talking a little bit about people's behavior. A lot of times people are running on a program, and we've discussed programs a lot, but they're running on a program of a frequency that they don't even realize that their behavior is limited to. So when we talk about how when you can change your frequency, your behavior changes incidentally, that will be an illuminating concept for people to understand. Because if all behavior is frequency,
Right.
why are we judging people's frequencies when they don't know any difference of why?
They're unconscious.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think a lot of the judgments in the collective conscious, and especially in the different spiritual groups or, cliques, in these different groups, the main thing I find is that once you've walked a mile in someone's shoes, you no longer judge them. Rather, it's to look into someone's soul and go, hey, brother, sister, I've been exactly where you're at. Let me show you how I got out of it.
Absolutely.
And I think that for a lot of us who are reflectors in this, the collective conscious, and had different, life experiences, young and old, the main thing is to, not have that judgment, because like I said, in the light night integration and what this is, the truth is your power is in the present. The truth is, no matter what you've gone through, what do you choose to be now?
Absolutely.
And where do you see yourself going? And what does your future look like? And what does our future look like? And I think that's a greater way to put it,
And to our light worker friends, that concept alone is huge. If you want to be a more powerful healer, if you want to have more power with your clients, if you want to be able to give them a lot more than you're giving them now, if you want your clients to stop coming to you because they haven't figured it out,
Right.
then what I'm going to share at this conference is going to be huge. And the reason I'm saying that is because if you want to have more energy in your energy healing, you have to learn how to embrace the now. But it can't be filtered with the issues of the past that are unresolved.
No.
And a lot of times people don't know how to deal with it, though. It's like, so they just comfortably sweep it under the carpet, not knowing exactly how to deal with it. That's what I really want to show people how to do, is to clean that up, because you can't be your highest and best. You can't be time jumping and having fun out there unless you deal with those elementary spiritual concepts first.
And I think it's good. It's really important for everyone to understand that we've all been there.
Absolutely.
And I think that's, as, someone who's also gone through a lot of stuff, my thing is that I feel we are forced to go through things sometimes before the rest of the collective, so we can help them and guide them through some of the similar things they're going to experience.
You and I have had those discussions about where we came from.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, I'm going to share some of those things with you. I don't want you to think that I'm of this elevated status and that I've reached this, this ultimate thing. I've been through the rough roads that many of you are going through right now. And I can tell you right now, when I show you the key concepts of how to claim your power, you'll understand what I'm talking about. I've been there. I've done that. And the funny thing about it is it's a day-to-day grind. You have to be spiritually responsible. I call it coming to terms. You're taking control of your thoughts and your emotions, your responses, and your mindfulness. And coming to terms, the S is success.
Right.
And once you reach that. So we'll talk a lot bit about. I don't want to give too much away.
Listen,
I'm excited.
We got to. Hey, listen. Come to the conference. Bastrop. Teamlightstore.com/events. Frank has his own coupon code, Frank10, for all of his fam. 10% off everyone coming.
Absolutely.
For you guys. We're putting the team together to really feel what that manifestation of abundance is, and to remind everyone there will not be another solar eclipse in North America for another 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
So think about where you're going to be in 20 years. So my whole goal with this thing is get the family together, get everyone there on time, ready to go.
Absolutely.
And when that electromagnetic field shifts, to put our intent of and our abundance codes into the
Absolutely.
grid when that electromagnetic field shifts. So
hey, I'm stoked.
hey, everyone, he will be speaking on Sunday, April 7th.
That's right.
Really look forward to seeing your presentation.
Feel free to follow me on Facebook. It's going to be right down below. You can follow the Facebook code right down below. Or above. Or to the side. Wherever it's at, you'll be able to follow. Get some key insight about who I am and what I'll be bringing to the conference. But
what is the name of your website right now that you would like to share?
Frank Rolon Jr. .com.
Beautiful.
Absolutely.
All right. I can't wait to see you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you at the conference.
Eyes closed and dreams go free. Got an angel next to me. Hold me close so I can breathe. Let me go so I can live. Where do we go from here? Take me far away, so we can stop the time, and love will take its place. Where do we go from here? Take me far away, so we can stop the time, and love will take its place. It will be tonight when I turn off the world for you. It will be tonight when I turn up the stars for you.